Ah, shit! Let me turn off this goddamn garbage music.
2 hours of Celtic music.
Don't reveal where my shit comes from.
The turlet.
What's up, everybody? Welcome! Welcome to the first ever live... This doesn't look like what Sam and DJ are doing! I have no budget.
What are Sam and DJ doing?
I don't know. They have a cool show where they're being nerds again, and this is like the closest thing. This is the closest thing we have to like a new... I'm gonna try not to look at the screen here. Okay. But this is the closest thing we have to like a nerd show on the Valleyfolk.
It's
and this
Steve's couch and a webcam.
Let me fix this.
Can you live stream call into their show?
You can talk in the tweets. You can.
He's on the other line. We'll patch him in real quick. Beep 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 beep.
Colin
Hanks, is that you?
I need some motherfucking water. Guys, welcome! Welcome to the show! As you can see, none of the other Valleyfolk are here!
Can you hear Steve? He's getting water. So, we watch Game of Thrones.
Wow, you guys are real good at this. What's up, everybody? Yeah, I tried to get fucking...
Focus.
I tried to get fucking Joe here, and he was like, I've got children! And I was like, fuck you, Joe, you little bitch.
I think you're okay, Steve.
And then, there we go, yeah. I've been running around like a madman all evening, but guys, Game of Thrones is back. Season 8, Episode 1. The episode is called Game of Thrones.
Is it?
No, it's not called Game of Thrones.
It's called 68.
It's called 68, man.
Yeah, you got it.
I'm trying not to lose my voice. So you guys are on our chat screen over here. Brazil. Owen is my best friend. Start it. We're already
going. Owen is better. Nerd stream. Joe, no empathy. How was Trashville? Nashville. I read it as Trashville. The screen, the letters on the screen are so small.
Guys, so
it wasn't Trashville.
This is the first time that we are doing anything like this, and I hope that you guys are real excited and happy about it. Next time, I hope we have all the Valleyfolk. It's like Lee's birthday weekend, and she had people over at her place to have meat and cheese and shit. But you know what we can do is we can try to call them. I definitely want to try to call Will at some point.
Do you think any of them saw
Dinosaur Ellis?
Yeah. Don't choke, Owen. We don't want to see that again. And don't make too many prayer noises over there either. Owen became a monk since
Alright, so guys, let's talk about this episode, Season 8, Episode 1. What the fuck is it called?
It's a Game of Thrones.
Seriously, what's the episode called? Thank you all for coming. We're gonna be
thank you.
We're gonna be talking about spoilers in the episode
as
well.
well. It's called The Rise of Skywalker.
That's nice. And it's nice.
That's a nice boy.
Okay, so let's just talk about. You guys probably know the name of the fucking episode. We'll see what happens. People can chime in.
I want elephants. Yes.
Someone
watched the episode.
Yeah, we watched the episode, and so now we're gonna recap it a little bit and talk about it. Is it just me, or were you guys not like fucking blasted with excitement for this?
It's called Winterfell.
Like, I love the episode's called Winterfell. Oh, cool. Like, I fucking love.
We look like Josh Gad and Emma Stone.
Hey guys, you want to build a snowman?
Okay, he's not a teenage boy.
Yeah, that's what he kind of sounds like, though. So here's the deal. I love Game of Thrones. I love the fucking show, but I'm not having like a huge fucking party or anything. Like, Owen's here. This is my party. It's me, Alana, and Owen that watch Game of Thrones.
I wish we could have a cutaway camera on Owen.
But I want to.
Converse, maybe?
I want to do. Let me do a tweet really quick and make sure people know that we're going live.
Someone was blasted. Someone else was super excited. John goes to school. I'm waiting for an old friend. It was a little slow, honestly. Okay.
I mean,
Season B, Episode 1, A Star Was Born. A Star Wars story. Oh my god, I'm reading it all so badly with this screen so small.
What I think is that, like, I was excited about it, and then it happened, and it's fine. I mean, it wasn't, like, a mind-blowing episode. It seems like it just casually continued from the last episode of the last season.
Yeah.
And it just
it seemed so casual.
It seems to me like they kind of just, it definitely seamlessly, like, you know, everyone, like, you remember where everyone was if you watched the last episode fairly recently, or if you remember what happened in the last episode of the last season. You watch this episode and you're like, okay, yeah, I remember where everyone's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I remember who's supposed to see each other now. And I know who's dead. And I know, like, you kind of just, you don't need a super big refresher. Especially after that opening that was basically just a large recap.
Yeah, but we also just finished watching through season 1 through 7 of Game of Thrones, like, last month.
Yeah, basically.
So we definitely didn't need a recap.
I just feel like
the episode... always had blue eyes.
Let's just give our thoughts on the episode. So I'm going to give my thoughts really quick on the episode, and then we'll deep dive into it, and then we'll talk to you guys. You guys can have your theories and throw all your garbage in our face. And then we'll call Joe and Elliot and Lee, and then maybe we'll call Will and maybe someone else that you guys... If you guys really want me to call someone else. It's so... I would love to...
Give us your mother's phone number. We'll call her.
I would love it. You just tell me who you want me to call, and I'll give it a shot. So, anyway, what's wrong with Sam? What happened to Sam? So, that's the other thing. Like, none of us have read the fucking books, so we're not going to really be fantastically well
one of our moms.
Not Sam Basher. Sam's whole family in the show.
Oh, Sam. Yeah, sorry. Not Basher. Samwise Gamgee. Exactly.
Nice whole family, though. Just the mean boys.
Anyway... I thought the episode was fine. It wasn't, like, mind-blowing. There was some really cool imagery. I really liked some of the moments in the episode. Any moments that stuck out in particular, I'd say, obviously, Jon Snow riding on a fucking dragon was badass and great.
Very cool.
And that one dude made Tormund an axe.
Yeah. That didn't stand out to me.
I thought it was kind of cool, because later on we'll see him, like, killing some... White Walkers.
Wielding the axe.
Yeah, and hitting people in the face with it. That's kind of cool.
Mm.
Bran.
I just realized that black stuff was dragon glass. I thought it was like coal. And they were like, there's so many more men. Now we need to do coal. Oh, makes more sense now.
Oh.
Did you not get that either?
Yeah.
That's dragon glass. Okay.
What was I saying? Son of a bitch.
You were talking about the moments that stood out to you.
Yeah, Drogon staring down Jon and basically being like, if you touch her the wrong way, I'm gonna fucking blow fire in your face. That's what I got.
That's his actual voice.
That's what I got out of it.
Well, and you kind of made a scared noise when that happened.
I did. I was like, oh? Oh no, it was when he pulled the axe out of the guy's face.
Drogon?
I was like, oh.
No, when the dragon looked at him.
Oh yeah, I did make a sound, you're right. I can't remember what sound I made though. But anyway, I like the episode. It just feels like... You know, I think it's almost... This is going to be a hot take. And don't be mad at me because I love Game of Thrones. I'm a huge fan. I can't wait. I'm very excited. But the one thing that I can't help but think about is how it's kind of good that this is the end, I think. Because even in this episode, it's like... We're in the same, like, 4 locations. We're, like...
What was that sound?
What?
Is that a car? Oh, I thought it sounded like a dog growling really loud. Did you just hear that? Oh, now I got a thing in my throat. I think it was the sound of a car engine. I'm sorry. Did you hear that? That was terrifying.
Anyway,
I was thinking about the dragon.
You got your, like, snowy Winterfell, and you got your fucking, like... flame and dark looking King's Landing, and then you've got the like the wall, or like the where the wildlings are, and where the wildlings are, and you have all the I just feel like, you know, and these characters, like, even though it was great to see all of these characters again, and even to see Reek, or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
It's not Reek. It's not Reek, but seeing all these characters again.
Theon.
The character
Theon,
formerly
Theon.
known as Reed.
The character formerly known as Theon.
Then formerly known as
Then
Greek.
formerly known as Greek.
Now back to Greek Theon.
That's Reek to me. It's Reek to me. But I just feel like we're at a point where we're moving in a very clear direction. We know where the show's going. There's this big battle coming. We know what face-offs we want to see. We know who we want to see get their just desserts. And actually, earlier, the Valleyfolk and I were talking about kind of like our predictions, and I was like, okay, I think Daenerys is going to lose another dragon, so at the end of the show, I think there's just going to be one dragon.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be...
If there are any left.
If there are any left at all. I really think it's one. I think it's one at least. And here's my theory. The undead dragon, one of the undead, or the undead dragon, and then one of her other dragons are going to have like a big fucking battle, and the undead dragon is going to kill a live dragon, and then they're going to have like another fucking White Walker dragon. This is just my prediction.
What do we think are the odds that the dead people just win in the end of the season?
I mean,
humanity's fucked, the dead people win.
It's funny because
any other story that wouldn't be the case, but Game of Thrones is brutal.
Well, in George R.R. Martin fashion, it would be pretty fitting, I think, because I think he loves that kind of shocking shit. But anyway, I've been wanting to put out a tweet that we're doing this right now, and let me do that really quick. Tell them what you thought of the episode.
Well, I wasn't as disappointed. But...
I wasn't disappointed.
Oh, okay.
What did I say disappointed? I just said it wasn't like...
It
wasn't like the greatest opening to a season of Game of Thrones.
Sure, I could agree with that. I could agree with that. There was a lot of people meeting up with each other again, so that needed to be covered. But that was also really satisfying for so much all of the last seasons. We just marathoned them together, so I saw them all just recently for the first time. And the whole chunk of it, you're wanting these people to reconnect with each other. So there was a lot of satisfaction in this episode, but it was kind of like a calm satisfaction. Calm before the storm.
A calm.
Egg calm, because it's Easter coming up.
It felt more like coming back in after intermission.
Yeah, it felt more like coming back after intermission.
Which is fine because it's
oh good, this is still going.
Yeah,
oh, good. My sister's still
exactly,
going.
and that's what you want. You want the show. You don't want to feel like there's a big separation between seasons, and there's a lot of shows that do that, unfortunately. And I know that there's a lot that can't be helped about it, really. But I really think they did a great job, kind of making it feel like we really did just continue from the last episode of the last season.
Yeah.
And especially for people who have seen the last season recently, I don't know. Can we all agree on that? That was pretty cool.
Someone just said Arya and the guy are gonna bang Gendry.
Arya, yeah, I don't know. Is Gendry?
Yeah,
but is Gendry way
totally
older than Arya?
No, he's not.
I need to know.
He's not. He was a young but adult.
Okay, wait.
And she was young but not yet adultish.
So other predictions. I think Jaime's gonna die, Jaime Lannister, and I think he's gonna die saving Tyrion, and I think Tyrion and Jaime are gonna have a heartfelt moment before Jaime dies.
Okay.
This is just end of the show theories.
I think
right now.
this season. I feel like this season. Not this season. This episode.
You guys talking about hot pie in the comments?
You don't think Jaime's gonna kill Cersei?
No. Honestly, guys, I think Arya's gonna kill Cersei.
Oh, I really hope so.
Yeah, I think Arya's gonna kill Cersei. I think
Dragon.
I don't know. I don't think the dragons are gonna get a big, shocking kill. I think maybe the White Walker... I think the White Walker dragon killing a regular dragon will be probably the big moment with the dragons this season. I think Bran is probably... I don't know. Bran might die. Because Bran is
Oh, he's gonna... Didn't
too
he already
powerful.
say he was gonna die?
I don't
Didn't he
remember.
say, my time is short or something? Wasn't there some line in the past?
Okay, so...
If anybody agrees, was there some line he said that make it seem like he wasn't gonna live that long?
AKA Rook says Arya will kill Cersei.
Yeah, he wasn't ready to take on the role, so he wasn't gonna be in it that long.
Wait, really quick before the comment goes by, someone said they loved Jaime and Bran facing off at the end of the episode.
I love that too.
Ooh, you made that boy paralyzed. convinced.
You made that boy!
Because you were banging
But
your
at the same
sister.
But at the same time, I don't think he's holding much of a grudge because he's
Wait,
like a
Gendry
master
was
now.
apparently 15 when he and Arya met.
Yeah, and Arya was
no.
like young, but she was like
Gendry
5.
and Arya met way before this.
Yes, and when they met, Gendry was 15.
How old is Arya?
I buy that. He was acting like he was supposed to be 15.
Arya's like 22.
No, Arya at the time was like...
Oh, I love this.
You know.
Killjoy, who donated $2, says they got balls deep in front of the dragons, which is funny because Owen actually made that joke.
Owen made the joke.
Because Jon Snow and Daenerys were like kissing, and then Jon looked over and he seemed nervous, and then she said like, "Don't worry, it's okay." And then Owen's like, "They're just gonna start fucking. It's okay to fuck in front of the dragons. They don't mind."
They love it.
We've all been in that situation.
Bran has
been
been creepy. Taylor Ray says Bran was so creepy in this episode.
Bran.
I like Bran too, but the dude is just like
Weird.
he's always in the middle of where there's a ton of activity happening, and he's just sitting there in a wheelchair just staring like a creeper. He's that guy at the party who's just like sitting in a chair by himself in the corner just like staring at people without a smile, no drink, no snack, nothing, just sitting there staring, and you're like, who the fuck is that guy?
I disagree.
I mean, look,
He wouldn't even be at a party. He knows his place.
I get it. Bran is like this higher being. He's
Yes.
no longer Bran, really.
All
He's
hail
kind of
Bran.
just. Look, I get it. I get
want
it.
my
It's just weird. But I did.
Raisin
What I will say.
Bran.
What I will say that I appreciated about Bran in this episode is that every time you
No one
saw
likes
him,
Bran.
every time
I like Bran.
I like Bran. It's delicious. It makes my poop solid. The one thing I really liked about Bran in this episode was every time you saw him, he moved the plot forward.
Yeah,
He
Steve
was
making
so
that joke.
good at that.
That was a good joke.
Because in the beginning,
And true.
it was like everyone was just getting into their like, oh, so how was the winter? Ooh, and then fucking Bran is like, hey, we don't have time for this shit. I'm gonna kill some White Walkers, bitch. I'm gonna go stare at a guy over there and make him
that's
uncomfortable.
true.
Like, and then the next time you saw him. The next time you saw him, it was like very similar. I don't know, whatever. Anyway,
I
she's
just
not
like
Bran
that
anymore.
so many of them were together, so you didn't have that like, oh, well, let's wait a year for someone to ride toward the other person and then tell them what's going to happen, then ride their horse there, and then tell, like, there's only 2 chunks of people. Well, there are more chunks than that, but most of the people that we care about are in one space now.
Ooh, wait a minute. I'm scroll up for this because this is a good one.
We find out soon.
Brett, not register, says I want to see the Hound fight and kill the Mountain.
Yeah,
That
Hound kill Mound.
Be Arya has to kill the Mountain. The Mountain is on Arya's list.
I want Arya to kill
But
the
Arya
Mountain.
can't kill fucking
No,
everybody.
That would be so
Arya
cool.
can't kill Cersei and the Mountain.
But she's like this big and he's
Jaime
like this
can't kill
big.
Cersei.
You think Jaime's
Jamie?
gonna kill Cersei?
I want Jamie to kill Cersei.
Yeah, but it would make more. It would
He'll
be.
try and he'll fuck up.
Yeah, and then Arya will do the deed.
Connor Barker says, I can't wait for the dragons to combine into the Dragon Megazord.
The Dragon Mega Sword.
The Mega Sword.
One giant sword.
One
Brad was
giant
a great
leap
plot
for swords.
device.
Robots, assemble one giant sword.
Jesse Stillwell says, how long until Owen screams he can't take it anymore and never comes back on this show again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll find out.
All right, let's call Joe really quick and see if we can get hit.
Yeah.
I'll probably bail
Right.
after like 2 episodes of this.
You're
I just
about-
want people to hook up.
Okay, hang on. Shh, shh.
Love.
Love is the loneliest.
Game of love.
Love. And I also have.
This autofocus is a son
Oh
of a
yeah, it
bitch.
sucks.
How do we
huh?
turn this shit off?
Why don't you pull the camera just slightly closer to us?
Why don't you pull the camera slightly closer? No, that's not a good idea. Don't do that.
Oh, okay. I thought you just said it, but okay.
Just shut up about it. Just shut your mouth.
Hello, this is Joe Beretta. Sorry I could not get to the phone when you called me up.
Well, fuck you, Joe. Don't let anybody let me make that mistake where I call people and then let them their number go through the live stream.
I was
What?
starting to get worried.
That happened?
Oh yes,
There was a spell at SourceFed that kind of was.
there was a curse.
It was
that
contagious.
there was
There's
a.
numbers texting you, and the numbers
No, it's
are
okay. I
showing.
can't see it. I'm below it.
You're below.
Hello, Steve. How are you doing?
Hi, Elliot. I'm streaming live right now on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/thevalleyfolk.
You're live streaming right now?
On youtube.com/thevalleyfolk. Yes.
Man, fuck your live Mitchell Davis coming at you hot.
Oh, Mitchell! I love him.
I've been waiting to see your pee-pee in a minute, boy.
Dude, I'll send you some DMs.
That's what I'm talking
DPs.
about.
I'll slide into your
I'll
DMs.
DM you my
Did you
DP.
guys watch Game of Thrones?
Not yet. Did you say no?
Wow, so not only did you not come to the stream, Elliot, you also didn't watch Game of Thrones to at least give your opinion on the episode on the
Now
stream.
this is a live shame.
Steve, I'm the girl who I'm trying to impress. And my name is Mitchell Davis. Her name is Mitchell Davis. And so I have priorities that are far beyond.
The fact that you're so deep into this relationship with Grace and you feel like you still need to impress her is a problem. All right, Elliot. Well, all right, you hung out. That's really good.
He beat you to it.
Yeah, he totally
Cool
did.
friends.
It's
She's
okay.
not
You know what?
pregnant.
He's still the one got clowned because everyone in the fucking audience heard it. And it's gonna live on the channel after the stream. And we're gonna keep it there. And you're gonna be able to clip it out and send it to him. And at Grace in it too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe not.
Shame bell.
Alright, let's call Lee really quick and let's see.
IDK, I don't know if Circe was pregnant. Wasn't she drinking wine? Oh, she was drinking wine.
I told you guys
But
she was
maybe
fucking
they don't
pregnant.
know back then.
I told you guys she's
But
pregnant.
I didn't know about
It
wine.
was probably safer to drink wine than
But
the
wait,
water.
creepy,
That's true.
creepy
Holy
Ironborn,
fucking
creepy
shit.
Ironborn Greyjoy guy. That's not his kid, right?
No, it's Jamie Boys.
Yeah, it's Jake.
But now,
Well, why'd he put his hand on her like a creep then?
don't call him Whitey.
Because he was saying he was getting pregnant because he didn't know she's already pregnant with her brother's
Yeah,
baby.
she
Oh, I
wanted
see,
to sleep
I
with him
see.
so that if she decides she doesn't want to say it's Jamie's, she can say
She
it's
had her
him.
brother's rape baby.
But she, but she can say it's this
I
guy's
shouldn't
kid
have
then.
Wow, she just sent me straight to the fucking voicemail. She didn't even want to fucking talk to me.
Steve's.
Wow,
Pissed off.
irresponsible Valleyfolk. I gotta pick up the pieces and do
Ugh.
all the streams.
Ugh.
God, I guess we'll put you on the payroll, Alana.
Chill, bruh.
Hang on, Lee texted me. I'm in the middle of the
Hello.
episode.
Nice to hear you.
Okay.
Great, I love
Alright.
that idea. Why don't you come by tomorrow? Talk to you next week. Bye, love you.
All right, here we go.
Here we
This
go.
This is a good consolation call.
Constellation bribes. He's just calling his dad.
Please don't say anything you're gonna regret right now. Please don't answer the phone and say something you're gonna regret. Please don't answer the phone and say something you're gonna regret and get yourself in trouble. Please don't get yourself canceled by answering the phone in a funny way, Will.
You might have to quickly.
Please
hang
don't
up
get
on
yourself. Please don't ruin your
Get ready to
career.
quickly hang
Don't
up.
ruin your career because you think I'm just calling you and I'm not
him.
streaming.
You should have at least one kill from her list stolen for the purpose of irony. I'm thinking that'll be Cersei
All
by
right,
Jamie.
well,
Yeah,
Jesus.
Cersei by Jamie.
I've
that could
just
be-
been abandoned from all of my friends.
Well, if you really want to know the book to show comparison, I think both your mom and my mom have read the books.
yes. So at the very least, we have them to kind of like defer to. I
Even
guess.
if we could wait.
Well,
a few
and also
episodes and call
Trisha.
them up.
Trisha
Oh, she's
also.
read them.
Yeah, Trisha's read them. Should I call Trisha?
Sure. Let's see Alana's feet. Oh, this person sends me things on Twitter. Send me sexy feet.
Let's call Trisha.
Should I show my feet?
Trisha's probably at Sam's live stream. Is Sam's
Owen
live
says
stream
no.
happening right now? Oh, Joe's in the chat.
Not speakerphone. I want some pie or maybe some ice cream. Well, that's an agreeable thing. Wow, your moms are nerds. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, they are.
It's great to know that my friends answer my calls when I call them.
Hi, you've reached Trisha.
All right, well that's
Call
that's.
Anna Lori.
No, I talked to Anna earlier, and I was like, "Do you want to come watch Game of Thrones and then be in a video where we're gonna talk about it?" And she was like, "I don't watch that show," and no.
Kelsey McDonald, I saw. She just said what I just said about Cersei's gonna pretend it's the other guy's baby if she needs to.
Oh shit.
That's why she had sex with him, so that she could.
Yeah,
So
okay.
if she needs to be like, it's not Jamie's, it's this fucker's, she can do that.
Uh,
Smart lady does smart moves.
And she did it in front
Okay.
of everybody with witnesses.
She did it in front of everybody, so they all saw that it happened. 100%.
All right,
Alana,
now-
don't show your feet
now
unless
is-
you're getting paid. That's right.
Now is my
Oh,
favorite.
mama, me.
Now's my favorite part of the stream when I go to Reddit and read the top comments from the post about Game of Thrones, because these are always usually pretty poignant things, and they get discussions
And
going.
nobody else wants to talk.
Meanwhile,
about
Alana will give you insight into Steve's relationship with Reddit. Go ahead and read.
Okay.
Every night, Steve reads Reddit before we go to sleep, and he learns some
Not
very
every
fascinating
night.
things.
Like, I don't.
Maybe
I mean,
not every
sometimes
night.
I'll check it, but I don't like stay on it
Mostly
until I go to
every
bed.
night.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
I'll check it. I'll check it most of the
Okay.
time, but I don't like check it until I.
And
go
when
to
he
sleep or
finds
something.
a really juicy, good story, he'll read it to me, and we'll enjoy story time.
Yeah, we talk about it. We have some great times.
In the bed late at night.
Yeah, we read the r/sex one, and then we read
the ones
the
where the boys
r/.
talk to the girls and the girls talk to the boys.
confessions.
Mhm.
What's up, Will Haynes? You're live on the Game of Thrones stream on YouTube right now.
Yay!
Hi,
Can you bring the
Will.
mic
How
closer?
are you?
I'll do it.
Life is so beautiful and amazing, and I'm so appreciative of it.
Absolutely, Will. Me too, man.
Absolutely right. Absolutely. Now back to the
I
audience.
love you so much, buddy, and I miss you.
I love you so much, and I miss you more.
I miss you too, Will.
So here's the deal, Will. You're live on the Valleyfolk YouTube channel. Live, we're talking about tonight's episode of Game of Thrones. Owen is here also.
Oh, great. Okay, well, I'm pretty caught up, so.
All right. Well, do you want to
that?
talk about how you feel about the latest episode? What were your feelings?
Geez, the takeaways from this one. So, let's just back to season 3, when Daenerys dropped the Sword of Darthro off the Cliff of Doom. Once it hit the bottom, the sword became no longer active. We didn't get a recount of that until this very episode of the new season, where Daenerys finally finds herself in a Devil's Three-Way with Jon Snow and a couple of the Orange Walkers. It really affected me emotionally when we finally found out that Jon Snow's father was one of the first people elected to the Lord's Crown. So I'm just wondering how the throne wars are going to end. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, absolutely, Will. That's probably the best explanation of the episode I've heard so far.
Owen is losing it. He's like rolling on the ground.
What do you think's going to happen to the What do you think's happening with the White Walkers right now, Will?
Well, the White Walkers, it turns out, never really were white walking. What they were doing was segregating the streets of Valhalla, and even some of the Orange Walkers knew that if they were to have children and to beg it more life of the White Walkers, what they would be creating is orange-ish, like this maroonish color of walkers. So I think the White Walkers.
Wait, so you're saying that there's You think that there's White Walkers, Orange Walkers, and maroon-ish walkers?
Yeah, and I think the maroonish walkers are going to take back the House and the Senate of the House of Darthro.
And what do you think's going to happen with Jon and Daenerys?
Well, Jon and Daenerys are I mean, look, I've read the book. I'm not going to spoil it, but they're going to have a baby at the end, and that baby is going to be the new Queen of Dingoes.
Wow, that's a huge spoiler, Will.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to spoil it here, but Daenerys and Jon Snow's baby is going to be the new Queen of Dingoes. Sorry.
Wow. All right. Well,
Sorry.
Can you tell us what you think's gonna happen between Bran and Jaime?
And their boobies.
No. Just what's happening between Bran and Jaime?
His tits.
Well, Bran and Jaime got caught having a threesome with Tyrion. So now that they have to present their findings in front of the court of Darthro, the judge will decide if they have a red wedding, a blue wedding, or a turquoise wedding, which we all know George R.R. Martin wrote when he was on an opioid epidemic. Something like that's going to happen to him.
That's great, Will. Well, dude, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I miss hearing your thorough examinations into the episode. What do you think about the cliffhanger? What do you think's gonna happen in the next episode?
Oh, she's fucking dead, dude. She's dead. She's so dead.
I agree, dude.
This shit is fucking dead.
She's dead. Good, dead as
I
dead.
can't believe that at the end of the episode, she tied the noose around her neck and then jumped.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know what's going to happen, but I can't believe George R.R. really wrote that.
Nobody knows. Well, thank you, Will. I miss you and I love you. And do you want to do a shout out or anything?
Shout out to my bitches and hoes. Love you. Lock me up.
What about a plug? You want to plug anything?
Yeah. I want to plug the Lee Newton investigation. It's a couple weeks in, but we're gonna get Lee's tax returns. We're gonna get Lee Newton's emails. All those good things.
Great. All right, Will. Well, thank you, dude. I appreciate it, and we'll talk again soon.
Hey, Will.
Cool.
I also just recommended you for a job, so I'll call you later about it.
All right.
Thank you.
I love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Will.
Bye.
What a good boy.
We adopted Will as our son.
All right, let's do some Reddit comments, and then we'll discuss those a little bit, and then we'll get audience questions, and then we'll get the fuck out of here. How's that sound?
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
whatever.
Top comment on the thread on r/Game of Thrones about Season 8, Episode 1 is, why aren't there any wheelchair ramps in Winterfell? They left Bran in the courtyard overnight.
Oh my god!
He's just freezing out there.
But he.
No. He likes to think by that tree. It's 3 a.m.
No. He likes to think by that tree. That's what the executive said when they didn't put wheelchair ramps in.
I'm waiting for an old friend. Holy shit, Bran. He was waiting for Jaime to show up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was waiting for Jaime to show up, and that's fucking crazy.
They're not friends.
I mean, but he meant
Of course they're
old
not
friend.
friends.
Old friend.
Owen coming in clutch.
Most people are saying here, I can't see Bran being too upset. He's like some weird tree god now.
Exactly.
He might string Jaime along for a laugh, though.
But he's like not Bran anymore. Even in the previous season, there were moments where they were talking to him as though he was Bran, and he was kind of like, I'm the like seeing dude now. I'm the Raven. I'm not Bran. So I don't think he's like holding grudges, but I think he knows what needs to happen with Jaime, and he will help execute it if he needs to.
Oh, should I call Steve Septic? Does he watch?
Bran is paralyzed. He can't feel the cold.
No, I'm not doing
That's not
calls
true,
anymore. We'll
because
call
why
him
would
next
they
time.
layer him up? Oh, because they don't want his... But he can't feel the cold, but his body could still freeze. And also, he's only from the bottom down paralyzed, right? Am I...
Yeah,
Getting
yeah,
things-
his legs are paralyzed.
It's just his legs that...
Yeah.
But also, his legs can still freeze, and then that's fucked up, because
Oh, yeah.
his body can, like, get...
Here's a moment that super stood out.
Sorry, bird
Lord,
sounds.
Lord Umber, that kid nailed to the wall.
Oh my god,
And
what
then
a
him
visual.
him waking up, and then like reaching for the fucking.
Steve was like, "That's really cool."
Dude,
when it happened.
that freaked me out.
His eyes.
I didn't, cause did you notice his eyes open?
Yeah, and then I
At the same
heard
time I did.
his eyes.
Oh, so before you could even say anything, I said it. Yeah.
And then you went,
Well,
that was really cool.
Usually, you're pretty freaked out about things like that. How did that affect you?
I was just living in the moment, bro.
Oh, all right. Gee, okay.
Well, I talk a lot in shows and movies that I know Steve's already seen that he's showing to me because I'm just like, because I'm allowed to then. But I know you also haven't already seen that, so I was being quiet for that reason. And it was like a moment that was still happening. It wasn't a moment to be
Right.
like, what just happened yet?
Right.
So I was just like
Okay.
letting it
All
evolve.
right.
What about the circle of limbs around him? Seriously. And is that like a symbol? Have we seen that symbol before? Is that a White Walker symbol? They all have their flag shapes. Because that'd be kind of cool. Also gross, but cool.
This comment's really cool. Wow, you gave up your crown to save your people. Would she do the same?
Mm-hmm.
And the next comment is, absolute carnage from my boy Samwell today. Look how far he's come. Got her ass dead to rights. Zero chance she practices what she preaches.
Daenerys?
Daenerys.
No fucking
Daenerys
way.
would never
She
give up
totally-
her crown to save her people.
I think if Daenerys wouldn't give up her crown, it would be because she thinks it's better for the overall outcome if she didn't. I really think she's thinking about the people. Are you kidding? Through all of the
Joe
seasons...
said that was a fatality from Mortal Kombat. It totally was. The dead kid on the wall wakes up and then just stabs the guy or whatever. Fatality.
I think she would totally do some shit like that to protect her people. Absolutely. She killed...
I don't know.
She
Give up her
killed
crown?
those guys?
No. She has said so many times that she's like, I am the fucking ruler of Westeros. I am the queen.
Because she thinks her ruling is going to be what's best for the people. Because she's damn right.
No,
Who's
I don't
knocking?
think so.
Although I do think Jon Snow and her are like, ooh, baby, both could be perfect and great. It's too bad they can't get married because that would just be a perfect solution.
Yeah, I mean, everyone
You
in the
couldn't have
comments
that, could
here
you?
is saying she would never do it.
Well,
no
I
chance.
disagree. I disagree.
After tonight's episode, this is your plot, folks. She won't have to make that decision. Jon will make it for her.
That's
Jon
probably
might
true.
be Targaryen Stark, but he's Ned's Targaryen Stark.
That's
Jon
right.
dies.
He's Ned's Targaryen.
Jon dies so Dany and her son can rule in his honor. Oh, interesting.
Daenerys
Interesting theory.
and her son?
Yeah.
Who's her son?
Like, well, they're saying that Jon's gonna
Make her a
impregnate
babe.
her, yeah.
And Jon will die so that they can rule?
Yeah, because if
Jon-
Jon's... Here's the thing. If Jon lives and he's the rightful king of the Iron Throne, he can't be with Daenerys. Because Daenerys wants to be the king of the Iron Throne.
Right.
So they're just going to be fighting over the Iron Throne.
But...
Even though Jon doesn't want to be king, there's no way he's going to escape that.
But Jon's not just king. He's the rightful heir to all the kingdoms. Oh, I guess, which is what she's
Daenerys?
claiming,
Yeah,
too.
and she's not going to
But
give it up.
I think he's going to struggle with the idea of them being related, and he's not going to be still, like, trying to be in love with her. Like, if they got married now, like, their, like, advisors want them to do, or talking about asking them to do.
Right.
If they do end up getting married for some reason, it's going to be, like, a sexless marriage type of thing. Like, it would just be because it's the best for the people. Because I think Jon is going to be really against the idea that they're siblings and be like, well, we can't ever do that again. We're
Yeah,
sibs.
yeah. I mean, but he does seem to be pretty in love with her.
Or he's going to tell his friend...
Oh, she can't have a child, is what they're saying.
Well, but...
They can get married, they're Targaryens, it's cool. Yeah, but would...
I don't think Jon's going to be cool with it.
Not only that, I don't think fucking Daenerys is going to be cool with it. She wants to be the fucking ruler of Westeros.
I think she'd be fine to get married to him.
Maybe she would, like... Maybe when it came down to it, she'd be like, we should rule together because of love or whatever.
I don't think because of love. I think because she's smart and she cares about her people, and he's also a good ruler. And their marriage would be really good strategically, and they'd both be great rulers. Like, I think she would marry him for that reason, as long as she trusts that he's not about to, like, fuck her over.
Can they just rule together if they get married? Yeah, but I don't think she's gonna do that.
I think it could happen. I don't think it'll happen now that they're related. And I also think... I think there's a good chance that Jon says...
Yeah, Dany doesn't know there's another Targaryen, but as soon as she finds out there is, and it's Jon, shit's gonna go damn.
Okay, but listen, the thing I've been trying to say this whole time, I think right now while Jon is still down underground with Sam, there's a chance that he might just be like, okay, Sam, I got it, like, I understand at this point, and he might just be like, it doesn't leave this space, and doesn't tell anyone, because it fucks so many things up. Like,
that would be the noble thing to do.
But also, before we started recording, I said, because then his power is that he is the loyalty of the North, and if he's no longer Ned Stark's son, literally, he might lose a lot of that loyalty. He will lose a lot of that loyalty, even though he's the son of the sister. Still, I think that's going to be a huge risk, and he won't want that to be public. And that's the way that they would potentially get married, is if he didn't say that, and they just got married anyway, and then it eventually comes out as all dramas have happened.
Okay, alright.
There's a chance, I think, of that. Because it would be better for him, and he's a more strategic guy. It's like either he goes with the truth, and he's such like an honorable truth person, or he goes with a lie that's going to help his people more potentially, and that's a big Jon struggle. We'll find out later.
Interesting theory. I mean, we'll see. I mean, who knows? Who the fuck knows?
We'll see. Who knows?
This comment says, I've always had blue eyes, will root for you always, Tormund. Did you like that moment? I understand that it's
I
like...
love Tormund,
there were like a few too many kind of like comedic moments in this episode that seemed
it was
to not
much, like,
really
softer.
land.
But I didn't think they didn't land. I liked them.
I wasn't a big fan of the Tormund, like, he's got blue eyes, look out! It was like a cartoon almost, like...
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about, Owen? Did you
I
agree
know what
with
you're
that?
talking about.
Yeah, I felt like every scene needed to have
some kind of lighthearted, like, oh, we're all back together again. So
I
let's
didn't
have like
think that was a joke when he first said it. It's just that when he responded, I've always had blue eyes.
The only reason why it's like a set up like a joke is because had they seen a White Walker, I think they would have just started stabbing him.
I didn't think it was a joke because I think when he responded, I've always had blue eyes, like White Walkers don't say things. And that was like, oh, okay.
Joe said Steve hates comedy. I also didn't
It's
like
true.
the Tyrion joke in the... with
remind me?
Varys, he's like, I have balls.
Oh, that whole back and
It's
forth.
like,
Oh my god,
did we-
I am so tired of that back and forth.
The whole, like, eunuch thing is, like, so tired.
But
Like,
the
even in the
thing is-
final season, we're still calling Varys
It's
a
supposed
fucking...
to be endearing.
But the thing is, it's in both of their characters to never give that up the way that they were. So it's very true to their characters, but it's boring to us. Like, we just don't have to see the fact that they're still making fun of each other. I think. I'm sure they still would be.
Yeah, I mean, I just think the time is not. It's not really
over it.
The tone of this season shouldn't be like, I've got balls. Like, it shouldn't be. Like, I feel like we're kind of done with that, like, kind of like lighthearted, like, let's laugh because we're all fucked kind of attitude. Like, I think it's like, it would be nice to kind of just have
they
like
have an agenda right now.
Yeah.
They're not joking about
Yeah,
it.
there's an agenda. There's like a terrifying agenda. Like when that fucking guy comes to Cersei and says the army of the dead is like broken through the wall. It's
She's
like
great.
It's like holy
I'm
shit.
evil.
Like shit is really going down in this fucking world, and they're about to be like super fucked. Like even though it seems like Cersei has some kind of plan. And she seems like pretty confident about it, and like got like whatever the fuck it is. I'm sure it's evil and fucked up.
Did
And it's
they
gonna
just
be.
take the boats away when she was?
I think they
fucking
just
the
took
guy?
some of them. Did they take all of them?
It seems like what is
Oh,
that?
they did kill a bunch of guys. Maybe they took all of them.
No. It
But
seems
they're
like
going to the Iron Islands. They're not going to help. Oh no, but
no.
they're splitting.
They're
'Cause the one guy
going.
is.
They're taking what's his name to go kill
What?
Tyrion or to go kill Tyrion with that bow and arrow that he killed the
Wait,
dad with.
Say this again. What?
Isn't okay?
The boats. We're talking about the boats, right?
Are the boats? Ah, fuck. See, that's the other thing. I don't know if the boat is connected.
The boats are the Iron Island boys.
Right, but is that connected
Arnold.
to Cersei's idea to have?
Yeah, Cersei told the guy to go
Tyrion's friend to
kill.
go kill Tyrion with the bow that he killed their dad with.
Who did she tell that to again?
To that guy, I forgot his name. I can't think of his fucking name. The friend.
I can't think of his face.
They're gonna say it. I'm gonna feel like an idiot. He's the guy who's
Do you
like,
know who?
he's always talking about his dick and fucking, and he's cocky, and he shot the dragon. He's
Yeah, Steve just took my nose. Sorry, I had to.
Tyrion
quick
made
respond.
a deal with Cersei, but betrays her, and Tyrion burns down King's Landing to prevent people from becoming undead.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. He asked.
That's a really cool theory. Did you hear that?
Say it again.
He said that Tyrion is going to make a deal with Cersei, but then betrays her, and Tyrion burns down King's Landing so that none of them have to become the undead. It's kind of interesting.
Alright.
Jojen? Braun, that's who it is. Braun.
Braun.
With the prostitute.
The one with the prostitutes, yeah. Cersei is the new
There was
spin-off.
so much like adjusting of his dick in that scene.
Yeah, I love that the girls were
It was
gossiping.
quite graphic.
Yeah.
I love that the girls were gossiping, but it was very weird. Did that feel weird to you? That the girl, like, come on, you're also, like, somewhat professional here. You gotta stop talking while you're doing that. Aren't they he's paying them?
Yeah, well, that's why he said that. That's why he's like, hey, can you guys, like, change the fucking
I know, but I
subject?
felt like it was almost...
Again, too comical.
Yeah, like you were saying, like, a little bit too, we're trying to make a joke out of this, when I don't think real life, that's
It's
really
terrifying.
going on.
These people would be terrified about these facts.
Well,
that they're
those
just
girls
stating
probably
to each
don't
other.
know.
I mean, I don't know, but let's see what Christopher Salem says.
Braun
Can you
and
please
Bran
tell
are
my
gonna make a
brother
podcast.
Brandon that he and Brienne of Tarth would be a perfect match so we can F up?
Brandon, you and Bran of Tarth would be a perfect match.
Yes, there it is. So
You really would.
Absolutely. Listen to this woman. She's amazing. What were... Oh, fuck. I had a point to make. Can't see handsome children.
Braun is gonna die of pox, aka herpes. Poor Braun didn't get to finish.
Yeah, well, he's got
He
to finish
barely
a lot.
started, let's be honest.
Okay, I love this. Yeah, about that. Or, can't wait to see my dad. Yeah, about that, kid. Well, I got my brother at least. Awkwardface.jpg.
Yeah.
So obviously, this is kind of like the B storylines, the C storylines, the D storylines that they're like gonna
I
put
want those dick stories.
in the through line for this season. The stuff where they're gonna be like, oh, John has to deal with his
Leonardo
people not
DiCaprio.
liking Daenerys, like he has
Yeah.
to deal with his sister not liking Daenerys.
Right, and
He's
they
gonna-
have to get over all that shit to get to those.
Yeah, and it's just something to give Sam to do and something to give
It's fair that they would take some
Sansa to
convincing.
do. I mean, sure, it's fine, but it's like John now. It can't be easy, There always has to be that stupid thing where it's like the friend is betrayed and like.
What show do you think you're watching?
Yeah, I know, but it's like
It's this TV.
Oh, that was Joffrey's
It's
crossbow.
the TV episodic soap opera format. You gotta have constant
Oh,
conflict getting
it
in the way
was
of every
Joffrey's.
plot point.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Joffrey's crossbow. Got it. Sorry.
You fucking idiot.
Yeah, you fucking dad! Sam being sad was something that threw me off, honestly.
It threw me off too.
Just
Thank you.
sad about the dad, but I think he was more sad about the brother.
He was too sad because they were the worst. And in this show, I know he's more emotional than a lot of the other guys in this show, but he's not that much more emotional. Like, I get for him to, the moment of impact, be like cry or be upset, but like once he thinks about it, he's still so pissed. Like, those guys should die, and he knows that, and he's had to kill people. Like, he's a little tougher than that. I was totally confused by why he was so sad.
He was utterly betrayed.
Like,
That's what I thought. It was the crossbow that killed Tywin.
It was the crossbow that.
Well, isn't that probably
Yeah,
the same
because
one?
yeah, it is because the crossbow that killed Tywin was also was also Joffrey's crossbow.
Probably. Who else had a freaking?
Who cares?
sweet
I don't know.
That's
That's what I
crossbow
got.
in the show.
size so that Tyrion could use it.
Oh, it was Kyle's crossbow. Duh.
Wait, so it was Tyrion's crossbow?
No, it was Joffrey's because his child.
Because it was a small one. Yeah, but remember Tyrion couldn't load it, and he was using that thing. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, I don't remember.
They
but,
had an auto loader before he
I just
died.
think it's like, yeah, you're right, Owen. Like, what show am I watching? I'm watching Game of Thrones, which is essentially a soap opera with a bunch of cool violence and cool CGI and magic and blood and tits and all sorts of great
the
stuff.
most amazing production ever.
Yeah,
on
no,
TV.
it's a fucking great show. I love it. I'm not shitting on the show. I'm just saying that, like, you know, when I'm saying
losing the brother agrees probably harder than the dad.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
That's what I figured. I know
That's
that
also
you
what I
guys
was
felt a
thinking,
little
but I
off
still
about it.
overall felt like it was
But,
too much. But yeah, I do think the brother was more of the mourning. For
So
sure.
the AB or the B, C, and D, or more like the C and D storylines of this season are they're set up
the
so
CD
fast.
storyline is like
They're set up
Plain
right
mean.
away. You know, you've got that Greyjoy guy that's gonna be doing he's gonna be a piece of shit until he dies, and then you've got all the shit going on with Samwell now, and now Sansa not. Why does Sansa not like Daenerys?
Sansa's one of those girls who's like, bitch, I don't
no,
like
but
you.
Sansa like slowly.
She was coming around, though.
Sansa was coming around so well. She was coming around to a character that was like.
She said she was pretty.
In season 7? No, she was not. She was pissed at Jon for leaving the
last
North.
season?
Even in the last season, she was like.
I know, but remember, she was kind of being manipulated again by Littlefinger, and then
then she manipulated him,
Exactly,
and she was
which
like,
was so
"I'm
badass.
fucking more evil than
Right.
you, Littlefinger,"
Not
and
evil,
therefore
just
she's
smarter.
still being evil.
No. The fact that she was smarter than Littlefinger
Yeah, smarter,
is so
smarter.
fucking huge.
We know
And
she's the smartest.
So that's what I'm
Arya
thinking.
said it.
But she's not being the smartest if she's like doing her dumb bitchy thing with Daenerys.
No, I think
that's not smart. That's
I
stupid.
think she is out for her family, and that's it. And I think she's one of those people that, like, if White Walkers come and kill all of us, as long as my family is the last one that dies, so what? All of us can die. That's how I feel like she's really thinking.
Why should Sansa like Dany?
Bran
I don't know,
is Ross Everett.
because she should respect Jon, and Jon says we fucking need Daenerys to win this war, and he's fucking right. They need those dragons. They need her unsullied. They need her Dothraki
Sansa
soldiers.
hates everyone at first. Exactly.
Yeah, but like I'm done with
can't
that
sit with
Sansa.
us.
That's old Sansa.
I'm done with it too, but that's how she's been this whole time.
They just gave her so much character growth, and then I feel like they just stunted it with this like I don't like Daenerys.
Whenever
storyline.
anything has threatened her position with the throne and stuff, that's when she's been like a snake. So I think it makes perfect sense to me.
Also, Caesar Augustus is saying, "What's your thoughts on Dany becoming more Mad Queen as she loses more people and dragons to the Night King?" I like that storyline. I think as we get towards the finale, and this is something people have been talking about for a really long time, the idea that Daenerys slowly becomes like her father and becomes a new Mad King.
Yeah.
And I think that's always been an interesting storyline for the character, and you see her kind of battle with these choices where she's trying to free the slaves, and the slavers are all, and doing all these violent things
she's trying to be
prove
better,
that
and then
she's
she's
better.
being like the dad.
Right.
She's trying to be better, and then she's being like the dad.
I thought that was a really interesting storyline, and I think that's a through line for her character that would be great to see continued. And I'd love to see her go more Mad Queen towards the end, and then maybe there's a redemption before the series ends. But
Sure.
I don't know if there's time for that, and maybe it doesn't seem like it's...
Well, I think also we're just finding out that Jon Snow, by being that guy's kid, also has Mad King in him, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So, like, he could easily also go mad, and we don't know about that yet, and that's a new thing that we don't know about. I'm saying it twice.
She doesn't like that her brother bent the knee and basically gave up the throne to an outsider.
Yeah.
I get that, but it's like,
that
again...
power is the vag.
Yes, but Sansa is smarter. She's supposed to be smarter than Littlefinger now. Which
But
is
she's always had a weak spot
but
in
it's
her
like-
intelligence when it
but
comes to
seriously,
people threatening her position on the
But
throne.
that just undermines the whole smarter than Littlefinger thing then.
I don't think it
because
does.
Littlefinger would have fucking figured that out right away and understood that they need Daenerys in order to fucking win this goddamn war against the undead.
I hear you. Agree to disagree.
I don't know. I just think
I'm
they're
gonna stay on my
they're-
side.
They're just giving these characters these flaws that will lead to these like little plot moments in the season, and they're setting them up early by making Sansa not like Daenerys. I just think it's not a good choice for like a C storyline or a B storyline, you know? Like I think they should have been like Sam not liking Daenerys. That's interesting. Let's keep that. Let's see where that goes.
Yeah.
Let's have Sansa join with fucking Daenerys and be a badass with Daenerys. Like what if Sansa like
Yeah, that'd be cool.
becomes like a badass with Daenerys and is like her second in command when that girl dies with the, or not that she dies with the Unsullied guy, but what if they like fall in love and then as soon as the war's over he goes off to like start a life with her and then Sansa becomes Daenerys's new like that girl. You know?
I don't think Sansa is ever going to step down in a position like that. She's going to be the
Well,
queen.
she's gonna have to step down
She's going to
anyway.
be up tall or she's going to die up tall. There's no way she's stepping down anywhere.
yeah,
I promise
I
you
don't know.
that's going to be the
Step down,
fact.
Sansa.
She
Step
ain't going to
down.
step down.
What
Somebody
if
just said
what if Dany oh sorry go ahead.
somebody said that Jon was raised by Ned so he could never be the Mad King. But the girl Daenerys was also raised by someone else. She was left from her dad. Her dad died right away, so
That's
neither
right.
one of them are raised. It's just in their genes.
Jonathan C has a good point. What about Baratheon's bastard? So that's
Yeah.
right. So
That's a
guy is
possibility.
the Iron Throne.
And what if he and Arya get married and they become the queen of the Capel?
Oh shit.
It's not a word.
And what if Daenerys and Jon like give up the throne and
to
they
them,
just and
they're
they
not
just,
gonna give it.
No,
Daenerys
listen,
is never
listen.
gonna give it up.
Listen to me. Here's a fucking huge fucking throw out
Fucking
like
throw
bullshit
out,
fucking who gives a shit theory. We're all friends here. We're just nerding out about Game of Thrones. What if Jon and Dany at the very end are like they lose so much that that it's such a huge battle that the scars will never heal.
They're
It's like a
exhausted.
Frodo coming back from Mount Doom and never being the same kind of person and choosing death over like a life after that. The allegory of or is it an allegory of World War One or is it World War One? Owen, that like the men would come back
Tolkien
from
was that?
yeah, the men would come back from war and they'd never be the same because they saw their friends' brains in their hands and shit. And like all that kind of stuff, but yeah. So what if there's this type of PTSD with Dany and Jon, and they're just like, let's end this like oligarchy, let's end this like hierarchy, this
I
like.
think what was the
king
battle
thing.
he already went through?
I
he
know,
already
Jon.
had that.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's
what
like
was that battle?
the Battle of the Bastards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna be much more changed from a battle beyond that.
I mean, I guess that's true, but what if Dany is like, let's just destroy this like hierarchy and let's just live as free people,
Nah,
you know?
even though
I
you're
don't know.
saying
I don't know.
that.
Whatever. I'm just fucking having a.
I know it's a good brainstorm.
I'm having a fun.
You
We're
know-
having a fun.
Even you knew before you finished.
Yeah, exactly. Arya and Gendry, lords at Winterfell / Storm's End.
I mean, I'd be down for Arya and Gendry to like be the Seven Kingdoms
Jon-
or whatever.
Okay, here's what that Mexican Ivan says. Jon and Dany will marry, and Arya will marry Gendry, who will be legitimized, making him a lord.
I mean, those are two likely things, and then we'll find out.
It's gonna end
Dany's gonna have to
with a big
choose.
group wedding.
Wait, I'm gonna read this
Dany
one.
proving herself to the people. Yeah, something's gonna happen. with
Dany's gonna have to choose between her people. Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
gets married.
Everybody loves Raymond in the end.
that. In the
All
end.
right. Well, anyway, let's wrap this up. I think it was a great episode. I'm very excited for the next
What
one.
was your favorite
Yes.
part?
What's your favorite part? You like the burning little boy.
Oh, the Umber.
We talked about it while you were out there. Yeah.
We didn't want you to hear and break your
We
heart.
didn't want to
again.
scare you. No, that wasn't my favorite part. It was pretty cool. I think my favorite part was Jon riding on the dragon, like them riding on the dragons
Oh,
together.
that's
I actually thought that
cute.
scene was done surprisingly well because I've seen so many fucking scenes where like someone gets on a dragon or some kind of flying creature and
They're
it
just,
like the CG's like awkward and it kind of like doesn't. It's like kind of cringy because they're like, "Whoa, this is great!" and it's like kind of too easy. But Jon like genuinely struggling to hang on to the dragon.
Yes.
And like so many moments
Them
where you
showing
think,
the actual scariness.
yeah, and kind of like the speed you could. I've never seen the speed done so well, like the physics done so well, and what
Yeah.
it must be like to ride on such a powerful fucking creature.
Dragonheart.
Get the fuck out of here with Dragonheart. But I really fucking feel like that scene was done so well, and then John struggling to hang on. You really at some moments felt like, fuck, he's just gonna fall off this fucking guy. But then,
I did.
and then something we didn't even think about was he had such control over the dragon and even could like get it to land and everything. And Daenerys, you could tell, found that to be kind of interesting.
Who said that?
Well, because remember, Daenerys looks at Jon and sees him like go to land in that area, and she kind of has a look on her face. I don't know.
That's not what I. That's not at all what I saw.
This is what my assumption is, because this is what we said.
Look while they were riding.
Right, but this is what happened. Remember, we were like, oh, no wonder he can easily ride the dragon. He's a fucking Targaryen.
Yeah.
So
no wonder the dragon allows him and like lets him pet it and is like, okay, I won't burn you to a crisp, bro.
I think Daenerys might be onto it a little bit. Like, not in the sense that she knows, but in the sense that something's
What if
up.
she finds out otherwise and she isn't told any which way?
I don't know, but we might know next week. So guys, thank you. Thank you so much for joining Alana and I only on this.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you for Joni Loves Chachi. Guys, seriously though, thank you for joining us tonight. I know it's late for a lot of you people. Hopefully this is going to be really fun. We'll probably start around the same time every weekend, every Sunday. Let us know if this time doesn't work generally for most of you, and we'll try to figure something out. Because it comes out 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on HBO Go here in the West Coast. So I'd like to do it around the time when I feel like most people who are diehards have seen it already. But also, this will live on the channel, the Valleyfolk channel, too. So you can always come back and check it out when you've seen the episode and whatnot. But I don't know. I feel like this was a good time. Anyway, thank you guys.
Well, there's only 5 episodes left.
There's only 5 episodes left.
And if you're lucky, we're gonna dress up. So
yeah, we'll do some fun. We'll do some dress ups. We'll have some guests.
Excited.
Like we're gonna have
Jon Snow right here in my arms.
You're adorable.
My arm.
We're gonna have special guests, and we'll have friends over, and hopefully we'll get Sam Basher or DJ or whoever.
Oh,
and we'll try to get other people to show up and be on the show with us. But guys, thank you so much. This was so fun. This is kind of like the beginning of doing nerdy stuff on the Valleyfolk channel. It makes me very happy because it reminds me of fun times in the past. But anyway,
because you're a nerd and you're so
I'm a nerd.
funny.
I love this shit, and I want to talk about it anyway. And this kind of just takes care of that. And you guys are great. You guys all have good points, and this is great. So anyway, some people are saying they prefer a half hour earlier, maybe a little earlier. A lot of people are saying earlier.
Maybe 8 instead of 9.
This time works. Great time. Thank you. Maybe 8 instead of 9. Okay, so a lot of people are saying earlier. So I don't know.
Because if it's on at 6, we could probably do 8. Okay.
We might have to do earlier anyway because of Joe and the kids and like Lee lives far away. Blah, blah, blah.
Everybody's
So we'll
liking me.
Guys, of course.
That's nice.
Alana, I hope to have you on every episode of this show. I think regardless, you're going to be here anyway because you live here with me.
I'm sure I will.
But guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all. And we'll check you out next time on Dave
Matthews Band Tribute Show Live.
Dave
See you next year when we tribute show live on Dave Matthews.
Dave Matthews.
The band you love to love, and you are going to hear it all night. 1, 2, 3, Dave Matthews. 1, 2, 3, Dave Matthews. Oh, I love Dave Matthews. What a great tune they got right here.
The stream isn't about to begin, but I didn't have an ending card yet, so you guys get it. All right, bye.
Bye.